Welcome to another week and a new year with a friendly nudge. So this week we're going to make quinoa salad. And I don't do a whole lot of grains, but I do like quinoa. So occasionally, especially if I'm taking something to a party, this is a great dish. So that's about a cup of quinoa, probably about 3/4 of a cup of chopped almonds and pumpkin seeds, probably about 2/3 of a cup of carrots and celery, probably about a half, 2/3 of a cup of cranberries that have been sweetened, some chopped kale, and then we're going to make a vinaigrette that's going to be olive oil, red wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, and a little bit of honey. So this thing comes together real easy, and like I said, it's a great dish to bring to a party. I always rinse quinoa because it can have like kind of a bitter coating on it. So you just rinse it off real good in a wire strainer like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use 1 cup of quinoa and 2 cups of water. And you're going to bring it to a boil and then put it at a simmer until all of the water has cooked off. And then you're just going to cover it for about 5 minutes. And then what I did, because I was going to take this to a party, is that I put it out on a sheet tray, spread it out, and then stuck it in the fridge for about 10 or 15 minutes to kind of cool off so that it wouldn't like be a warm dish. So, put it all in the bowl after it cooled off. And then I added some of the chopped kale. I'm going to go ahead and add the celery. It looked like too much kale at first, so I wanted to kind of wait until the end to see if, kind of what it needed. And I'm adding the cranberries in. And that's the pumpkin seeds. And then we're going to add the almonds that I chopped up. And, I'm just going to give this a good stir just because I want to be able to see, all right, am I overwhelming it with kale? And it was like, nah, it could use a little more. So I ended up putting it all in anyway. But, for me, it's one of those things that's always easier to add something in than to try to pick it out. Now, what I do with this is just eyeball it. I want about 2 to 3 parts of olive oil per 1 part of vinegar. So I'm just going to eyeball this and like at least double the size. And since it's a wider part of the bowl there, anyway, it works. And then I am going to add some Dijon mustard. There we go. Okay, that's probably a tablespoon and a half. And then I'm just going to add just a little bit of honey to it. The mustard and the honey act as an emulsifier, so you don't get this separation. And it just takes a few minutes to get it all whisked together. And, because once again, it's a lot easier to get this done before you add it in. And, just making sure that it was like not completely, the ratios were bad. So I'm going to add this in and get it stirred in real well. And then we're going to give it a test. And, I didn't add any salt to it because that's something I always like to try to check at the end. And then, I realized, I needed just a little bit of salt. Wasn't bad, but it's like, okay, let's just make it perfect. So add a little bit of salt in. And that was the ticket. So, I'm not going to tell you something if it's not going to be, there's no point having it on here if it's not going to taste good. This was a great bite. Have a great week and play with your food.